Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. One.
Jump low, baby. Y'all already know. Hey. Hey. Big now coming soon, man. Promise. Promise. Y'all already know I'm about that unification bout and all that and shit, but you know, Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, I want unification. But you know, this is boxing and ain't nobody safe, especially the heavyweight division. Lewis, Ortiz, ain't nobody safe. So you just never know. So y'all stay trained. Cause I'm coming. I'm coming. Because 2017, I swear to God, I'm trying to get your body, my nigga. Trust me. I ain't playing around with nobody. But y'all will find out. USA versus everybody. And if you ain't fucking with that, hey.
Bomb Squad! What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. We working. A lot going on, especially in the heavyweight division. I've made videos about it. Deontay Wilder, he was at thisis50.com studios. 50 Cent was next to him, and he basically said, Floyd, instead of teaching Anthony Joshua defense, you better get that nigga a gun. Something special, man. Oh, man, you better get him a gun. Nigga, everybody listening. So, Deontay Wilder, you've seen the clip at the beginning, Mr. Bomb Squad. He says his goal is the major fights, the unifications, and I can't fault him for that. I mean, why would you not want to unify if you are a fellow champion? And I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep doing these videos until it's a broken record, until I see otherwise. And I continually see Deontay Wilder not get the respect as a champion. I don't care if you like his fighting style or not. And this is how I know some of the fans be fake. Because when there's a guy who gets hit a lot, like let's say, I think Golovkin gets hit a good amount, you know what I mean? Or Brandon Rios or whoever, right? Ruslan Provodnikov. They're fan favorites. Everybody loves that style, right? But then when Deontay Wilder shows certain technical deficiencies, but he has that crazy knockout streak, he has that animated personality, now all of a sudden they act as if they like technical fighters. But then you look at the technical fighters like Erislandy Lara, Floyd Mayweather, Guillermo Rigondeaux, Terrence Crawford to a degree, and they say those fighters are boring. So as a fan, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? When guys like Brandon Rios, not really known for a defense at all, and not really athletic in my opinion, you don't have a problem with that style, or Francisco Vargas or whoever. And when it comes to Wilder, it's like people nitpick and point out all of his deficiencies. Now this is the thing, and this is what I love about the sport of boxing. This is more than just skill. Sometimes it's will, sometimes it's brains, sometimes it's size, sometimes it's power, sometimes it's just a good game plan. There's multiple things that equate to a victory. And for whatever it is, 30 plus fights, Deontay Wilder has shown that. He's getting the job done. And he's doing it in an exciting fashion. In fact, he's knocked out every single opponent minus Bermane Stiverne. And I think he knocked down Bermane Stiverne, but the referee lied and said it was a slip. You can tell by Stiverne's his body language, he basically tackled Wilder. So he was clearly hurt, right? And then because it looked like a tumble, and that's a smart veteran move from Bermane Stiverne. You're hurt, you know what I mean, and do a football tactic, and then the ref has to make out what just happened. Oh, that was a slip. You guys tripped. You know what I mean? But he watch it again. A punch landed. He got rocked, and he was hurt. You know what I mean? Point blank period. And I've met and seen Bermane Stiverne, interviewed him, seen him on several occasions. The motherfucker is not small. He's a big. I'm a big dude, and he's big. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just look at his fist, his knuckle, he's a big dude. His forearms, he's a big dude, right? Nonetheless, Deontay Wilder put on a good performance, and he's not getting his just due. And like I keep saying, and I'm gonna keep saying until my face is blue, if you hate Wilder and you want him eradicated, then one of these guys got to step up. You gotta do something, baby. That's really what it boils down to. it just reminds me of like we'll be at the park or whatnot, and they're running up and down the courts with basketball pickup games, right? Everybody's playing basketball. Now there was always every so often you go to the courts or whatnot to hoop, and you would see that one person who's maybe not a regular, nobody really knows him, and they're talking the most trash about how they're raw or better than anybody else on that court, and nobody can see them. They're talking like they're LeBron James or you know what I mean, Russell Westbrook or Jordan or somebody, right? And then the best way to combat that, you don't argue and say, oh, you're not this. You play against them. That's really what it is. And then you'll see what kind of ball handling skills they have, what their shooting's like, what's their long range shooting. You know what I mean? If they could do a layup, their agility, their toughness, their mental you know what I'm saying? You get to, through competition, you get to find those things out. And that's the way the game is, right? And boxing is no different. So it's like, instead of Wilder, he's a champion, right? He's been a champion longer than Joseph Parker, been a champion longer than Anthony Joshua. In fact, since Klitschko lost, I believe in the heavyweight division, he's the longest reigning champion, because Klitschko had the Rock for a minute, Klitschko for about 10 years, but he lost back-to-back fights. Tyson Fury in an embarrassing performance, and he had a better performance with Joshua, but it punctuated with him getting knocked out, right? So now he's kind of on vacation deciding if he wants to do a rematch. So as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, everybody else is a newer champion than Deontay Wilder. I can't think of anybody who has had a belt longer than Deontay Wilder, right? Because he fought Bermane Stiverne in January of, I don't even know, 2014, 2015, right? One of those 2 years. And like I said with the basketball analogy, the quickest way to shut him up or to stop him from talking is to accept his challenge. And this is what also is fake about a lot of new age boxing fans, right? Let's say Canelo versus Golovkin. That's a fight we all wanted. Real boxing fans wanted that fight. Great fight. We're getting it now in September. But people, they act as if they want to see these elite level contests, right? Unless the threat is against the person that they like. For example, Terrence Crawford, he's kicking ass and taking names, right? He looks very hard to beat at 140. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Destroyed, and I mean destroyed the outcome. He destroyed 2 Olympic gold medalists. He beat the guy who was supposed to be the #2 guy at 40 and was a champion who just stopped Matisse. That was Victor Postal. He's looking like the man. Very skilled, ambidextrous, power, speed, smarts, can use his legs, complete fighter. Now, you say Terrence Crawford versus another black fighter, then okay, cool, let's watch it. Or you call that fighter a bum, like if it's Hank Lundy or something. But you say Terrence Crawford, he should get the Pacquiao fight. That's a great fight. Now, all the diehard Pacquiao fans aren't going to like that because they know Crawford is a serious threat. So they'd rather see Pacquiao fight a Jeff Horn, where he would clearly be a favorite, and there's nothing that anyone's seen so far that would give Jeff Horn the advantage in that fight. He doesn't have more experience. We can't say he has more power at the elite level because we've seen Pacquiao fight at the elite level more. He doesn't have a speed advantage. He's not a southpaw to my knowledge, right? He's never been a champion with a major belt, etc., right? But you put Pacquiao versus Crawford, now all of a sudden people don't care about the best fighting the best. But when it was Canelo versus Golovkin, let's say you're a Golovkin fan and you would favor him to beat Canelo. Now you want to press for that fight. Same thing here with the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder, he's calling out everybody. He's saying, I want you. And he even included, aside from unifications, a guy that's not even his mandatory is Luis King Kong Ortiz. Let's be real. One of the belts that Anthony Joshua has, Luis King Kong Ortiz, is the #1 mandatory. And I have yet to see Joshua, who was on the same promotional label for a while, for a couple months or whatever, Matchroom, as Ortiz, right? And I haven't heard Joshua mention Ortiz, and really haven't heard him say much about fighting Wilder. It's kind of Kubrat Pulev or Klitschko. Those are fights that I don't really have to see. Again, a unification should trump that. The rematch clause, if it was in the contract for Klitschko, that's cool, but that would just be kind of doing Klitschko a solid. We've seen who won. We seen Joshua have to dig down. Both fighters have to dig down. And we had a clear, decisive winner by knockout. I don't have to see that again. And if I do, I don't have to see it right away. Because it's not like Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, where some people may have had Frampton winning. It's not like Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, where some people might have had the loser Sean Porter winning. This was a guy that got knocked out, right? It's not even a Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia situation. Most people think Keith Thurman won, but there are a couple people who believe Danny Garcia won because Keith Thurman's second half game plan. So my point being is Joshua Klitschko wasn't that. We know who won. We seen how he won, and it got stopped. So I don't have to see an immediate rematch. Meanwhile, you got Joshua, who, again, I haven't really heard him mention Luis King Kong Ortiz, who is one of his mandatories for his WBA belt, I believe, right? And Deontay Wilder's just doing the corrupt, calling out names. Motherfuck D, mother X, only X I know is Exhibit or RBX, extraordinary. Try to snatch my, you can have it. You don't know about that old dog pound, that corrupt. But that's what Wilder's doing. He's calling out names. And I respect that. And I just want fans, if you're a real fan, we got to get back to the point where we're being congruent with what we say. If you want the best to fight the best, you have to acknowledge Wilder, who's been the longest champion. Despite if you think he has a shot in hell, despite if you like his style, despite if you think he's windmill Wilder and helicopter punch, all that, despite all that, he is the longest standing heavyweight champ currently, and he's calling these guys out. And the fans, I'm not going to say the fighters yet, but the fans are tucking their tails and saying, oh, why should he get the shot? I thought we wanted to see the best versus the best. You know what I'm saying? So like Casita said, looking shaky, baby. These are great fights. Who wouldn't want to see Wilder versus Joshua? Both guys have a shot to win, but I respect Wilder's grind to at least, he's coming off a hand injury. He's one fight removed from having his hand messed up. You know what I'm saying? And yet and still, maybe it's because he's been the champion the longest, so he's had those title defenses. But Joshua even had a good amount of title defenses. You know what I mean? After Charles Martin, he fought Dominic Brazil. He fought the Eric Molina, you know what I mean, Deontay Wilder leftovers and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, when you're a champion, it's all eyes on you. You got that bullseye on your back. And Wilder, he's saying anybody can get it. 2017, he really wants that. He really wants a unification. And people are making excuses in the comment section as for why he doesn't deserve that. You know what I mean? Oh, Joseph Parker, he just fought a guy I never even heard of, that Raz dude. I don't even know who that is. Right? And he didn't look particularly good in that fight, right? If you beat Wilder, you'll get a lot of credit, right? So that's just what it is. I really like Wilder's attitude. Again, you look at the situation. I don't understand the treatment, you know what I mean, of American champions. It's really like, aside from, obviously we know there's racism involved, but aside from that, what else is there? Because his style is not as pretty to you as a Crawford or whatever, he's still getting vicious knockouts. He has the personality, and it's the heavyweight division. And I thought everyone liked power. Everybody's all power happy when Francisco Vargas is fighting Orlando Salido and fights like that. Those fights, to me, they don't even really mean much, because what does that mean? Salido got probably like 8 to 10, 12 losses or something like that. Wilder Joshua, there's 0 losses between the two of them. You know what I mean? That's far more meaningful than that. Even the Miguel Berchelt Takashi Miura, he got stopped by the guy that Miguel Berchelt just knocked out in January. So I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be a fun fight in terms of entertainment value, but to me it doesn't mean the most. I mean, can Berchelt beat Tank Davis? Can he beat Lomachenko? Because he can beat Takashi Miura, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So boxing's been on a tear, and I want to get it back to. And that's why I'm going to keep speaking out, keep making my videos. I want to get it back to where we see these competitive fights. That's what grows the sport, especially the heavyweight division. And you know, I was thinking about this while I was driving the other day, and now I'm going to probably wrap this video up. Some people are curious as to why I said in a previous Monday Mail Day, I think it was, that it's important that the heavyweight division comes back in full effect and strong. And I had some time when I was driving the other day to think about why the heavyweight division, why it's needed in boxing. And I thought about it, and just food for thought, just hear me out. I think one of the real impressive things about the heavyweight division is because no matter who you are as a man, like, you know what I mean? No matter what size you are, let's say you're 20, 25, whatever age, 5 foot, 6 foot. When we talk about heavyweights, we think of destructive forces. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm a big dude. I'm like 6'5", 200, and I don't even know how much I weigh right now, but like, let's say 240, right? I'm a big dude. So when I think of Lomachenko and when I've seen fighters, those dudes are tiny to me. They're like really small. You know what I'm saying? They look, and to the average size, I think the average man is like 5'10" or so, right? 5'9", 5'10". So even to them, Lomachenko, you put like a Floyd Mayweather next to Chocolatito, he's gonna look a lot bigger, right? And Floyd's not the biggest dude. But when you think of the heavyweight division, there's no disputing. You like, no matter what size guy you are, when you think of the baddest heavyweights that have ever graced this planet, right? You're like, damn, that dude could kick my ass. And I think that's part of the allure to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would want to get in a fight with Mike Tyson? Like, honestly, like I'm talking about average Joe, not like Lennox Lewis, or I'm talking about an average fighter or average person. Who would want to fight Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Deontay Wilder, George Foreman, Larry Holmes? You would get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? George Foreman. George Foreman, one of my favorites. I got a picture with my mom. She used to work in Sacramento at the Capitol, and she met him. She said he was actually shy, but he's a big dude. Foreman had cracks. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, and I'm going to watch it again because I always got to study the game and revisit some of these tight fights. But Foreman, when he fought Holyfield was doing a damn good job winning the fight, clearly. Foreman was, some people said he was a little past it, he was older or whatever. But even yet and still, Foreman hit Holyfield so hard, and I'm talking about Foreman showed a beard in that fight because Holyfield was landing some shit on Holyfield. Foreman was landing some heat, right? Or Holyfield was landing heat on Foreman. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, how's Foreman even like standing up at this age? Because he was getting hit with some combos, right? Yet and still, Holyfield is on record saying he hit me so hard, harder than anybody else. He hit me so hard, I went back to my corner and asked him if he knocked out all of my teeth. That's power, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. That's where you see Mike Tyson uppercut somebody to hell, you know what I mean, to heaven and then back to hell when they fall down on the ground. That's like, it's like amazing, you know what I mean? And that's why the heavyweight division is needed, because you really, no matter who you are, you consider them the baddest man on the planet. You know what I'm saying? The average person is not gonna destroy Mike Tyson in his prime or any of the top heavyweights. You know what I mean? You be like, damn, that dude really, I mean, who wants to mess with Luis King Kong Ortiz? You just seen him in the street and you want to pick a fight with him? Really? A big ass 6'4" dude that can box? You wouldn't want to. So that's what I was thinking. That's why the heavyweight division is, because no matter what size man you are, you would respect the heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, man, like, it's cool seeing the Nonito Donairs and stuff have their reign, but everybody respects the heavyweights because you know the heavyweights will fuck you up, for lack of a better word. But back to Wilder. Keep doing it, man. I like how he's calling out everybody. That's what needs to happen. And we got to get back to that. And we got to get back to the fans staying consistent with what they say. Do you want to see the best versus the best, or do you want to see people take the easy route? You know what I'm saying? And this is not even a fight prediction. Joshua Wilder is a great fight. I don't know who would win. I would lean towards Wilder probably, but I can't say I would bet everything I own on that. You know what I mean? But first step is first. They got to accept and embrace the challenge. Let me know what you guys think of Wilder's call out. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.